Boom shakalaka, what is up everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and today it is Monday. We have a news episode, so we're going to talk about the latest news articles, what's going on in the news, and take a look at some cryptos that have been pumping over the past week. But before we get into it, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone subscribing, thank you everyone mashing on that like button, or just pressing it gently, however you do it at home. And let's take a look at things. Now, beginning the week, we're going to take a look at some articles. So this one by CoinTelegraph was How Anonymous is the Purchase of Crypto? Regulations, Practice, Risks. And basically in the article, what they say is that with the more anonymous ways of purchasing Bitcoin, like through local Bitcoins and stuff like that, it has greater risk. With the things where the risk is lower, like using Coinbase, obviously they know all about you, they have your information, they know exactly, and they give some of it to the IRS or whoever else. There's also all the anti-money laundering and know your client thing for ICOs and different stuff like that. So I was actually thinking about this myself the other day because I'm thinking over long term, if people are going to want anonymity with cryptocurrencies, Monero would probably be the way to go. Not a bad idea to start buying and holding some Monero. But, am I doing that myself right now? No, but I was just thinking this stuff because I was like, man, if people really want their cryptocurrency to be separate from the state where you could just hold a lot of money, a lot of value, and have nobody know about it, yeah, Monero would be the way to go. That ad was brought to you by Monero. Thank you. Yeah, they didn't pay me to do that. But, if they want to send some over, nobody would know about it anyways because it's completely hidden from everywhere. Completely. So the next one is exciting because I am very enthusiastic about Chinese blockchain projects. I think that they have the backing to do it, the backing by the government, also the vision of the people to really, they see blockchain as the future. They're not aiming to put regulations on it and stop it like a lot of other places are and tax the shit out of it and slow it down like some places like the United States are. They actually want stuff to move forward. They see that this is the way that things are moving in the future. So China, this is just kind of verifies what's going on there, but Chinese blockchain industrial park opens. $1.6 billion partially government-backed funds. So the government is supporting the blockchain, and this happened a couple weeks after a plan for an international Chinese blockchain center was canceled over legal technicalities. So that's good. Again, moving forward, showing support for the blockchain. Whenever I see Chinese blockchain projects, I get excited about them, but that's just me. Now, other things about blockchain moving forward. How about Malta to become the blockchain island? All right. Recently, Binance moved there. Okay, to duck some Japanese regulations. Well, guess who else? Justin knows where the party is. Welcome to Malta, Tron. Yeah, Tron just moved to Malta as well. Why? Because there's a lot of advantages for people to move to Malta, especially if they're in cryptocurrencies. They don't have to worry about regulations. And honestly, most of what's going on in Malta is like pro-blockchain. So that's really good, helping all of these things. There's also other things where all these bills that are passed there, like the Malta Digital Innovation Authority bill, the Technology Arrangements and Service Providers bill, the Virtual Currencies bill, all in support of cryptocurrencies. So it's aiming to become the place for cryptocurrencies. Like right now, Singapore is very pro-crypto, pro-ICO. Well, Malta also is aiming to do the same thing. And I think there's going to be a lot of cryptos that end up moving there, especially if they are very supportive. Now, the next one, Coinbase exchange to support withdrawal of Bitcoin forks. So we all know that when Bitcoin forks, you're supposed to get equal amounts of Bitcoin and whatever the fork is. Now this happened eventually after many months. Coinbase added Bcash, and then you got Bcash for whatever Bitcoin you were holding on Coinbase. But what about all the other Bitcoin forks? Ones like Bitcoin Private, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold. People want those. So they're saying soon you will be able to withdraw them not only on Coinbase, but also on GDAX. So that's all good news coming up. So you'll be able to get your worthless altcoin Bitcoin forks, and you'll be able to probably sell them, buy more Bitcoin or whatever else you're looking to buy at that time. This next article I just found interesting. So 14% of Japan's young male workforce invests in cryptocurrencies. when I saw that, I thought, I would have thought it would have been higher. Because I hear like the latest two things with whatever generation kids are nowadays, the most popular things are cryptocurrencies and marijuana. So I was like, 14%, I would have thought more than that. But it's only 14%. However, it does tell a lot about those people just from the 14%. So, for instance, 92% said they entered the crypto market as an investment. 37.4% because it's a trend, and 20% due to acquaintance and media preference. But that's a lot for investment. So people must be very optimistic about the future of cryptocurrency. Does that bode well in my mind? I'm like, they didn't buy it because it's like a great means for payment. They didn't buy it because of the underlying technology. They bought it because they thought it would go up in price. And I'll be honest, I did the same thing too. Guilty, okay? But, I'm hoping, on the other hand, that it is really good technology, that it is going to be a really great means for payment, that it is going to do things in the future. So hopefully it's not just a wishful buying of an investment. Now, other things they talk about, only 10% owned more than $10,000 or more of cryptocurrencies. So, that's pretty interesting. Most people own a little bit, only 10% own $10,000 or more. And, while a quarter of the people bought their cryptos between October and December, so during the bull market, a full 15% bought when the price came back down. Now, that's all of that thing. And that's all the news for this week. Other than that, it's been a pretty slow week. I mean, Bitcoin just keeps moving sideways right now, hovering under $7,000 at 67.63. Okay, down 3.87% for the week. Ethereum is up an equal amount, 3.37%, hovering right at the $400 mark. Okay, Ripple's at 50 cents. Bcash, $637. Bcash just basically stays about a tenth of the Bitcoin price. Doesn't do much more than that. Litecoin at 114, EOS at $5.84, Cardano at 14 cents, Stellar at 19 cents, Neo at $50. Those Neo prices are looking good. But let's take a look at some of the cryptos that have been going up a lot this week. First one is Verge. Verge is a very popular crypto we'll be taking a look at. After that, we have Ontology, up 73% this week. Okay, what else do we have? Well, we have IOSToken, and then I was going to look at Dragon Chain and Elastos, but those are only up 20%, and if you scroll down a little bit further, there are some ones up more like Fusion and High Performance Blockchain, up 80 and 73%. So we will take a look at those, starting with Verge. Okay, Verge is at 7 cents today, up quite a bit. Now, I made a video about this a couple days ago talking about how I'm probably going to try and ride the wave up, because, well, everybody knows Verge is a private blockchain, very popular. During the John McAfee tweets, it went from like 4 cents to 20-some cents, okay, just because of a John McAfee tweet. But it's a very hypey type coin. And just recently, the CEO, Sunarak, he said that he announced there's going to be something happening with Verge, okay? He announced an announcement. The announcement is going to take place on April 17th, so that's coming up in like a weekish. But he says this is going to be something that could potentially put Verge up to a top 3 cryptocurrency. He says it's going to be global media advertising, exclusive partnership, integrated payment system, well-known company, a lot of people who aren't exposed to crypto will be, and a lot more volume and value of Verge. Now, he says it could potentially put Verge into a top 3 crypto. Now, if it did that, Verge would be like $1.50. So that's a lot of room for growth right now. At this point, it's gone from like, where was it? A low of 2 cents in March, 2 to 3, all the way up to 7 cents. So it's 7 cents right now. Could potentially go up higher before the announcement. We'll have to see what happens with that. But everybody's waiting. What is this partnership? What is this announcement? Is it a good one? You never know. And so in that video that I made, you could take a look for it. It's only like 4 or 5 days old. I discussed how I'm handling this thing, what I'm doing, just in case it is really cool. But, you never know with these things. Usually they're just letdowns. The next one we'll take a look at is Ontology. Ontology is up to $3.60. It wasn't long ago when it was hovering below $2. Right there. It was at $1.80. $2, and now it went all the way up to $4. Now down to $3.50. Where's it going to go now? Oh, the world never knows. But everybody wants their Ontology. Why? Because This is a trust platform that's going to be integrated with Neo to basically rule the world. Okay, both of these are under the parent corporation of on-chain, and in the future of blockchain, Neo could be number one. Ontology could be right up there with it. And if these are working together, yeah, you damn well better want some Ontology. Not only that, but also Ontology, you're going to get rewarded in Ontology gas. So for holding it, it's going to have like a passive income investing system like Neo. And they didn't have an ICO. So basically, if you want your tokens now, you either got airdrop them or you got to buy them. So if you want them, you better darn get some before the price goes up. Right now, they're in 23rd position. This is one where I could definitely see it being a top 10. Easily. Okay, so they have the team. They have Jun Lee. They have the backing of Neo. Neo has like $5 billion to spend on their ecosystem. They have a lot of money, okay, to spend on their ecosystem. So, and, you know, that's just me. Those are my opinions on Ontology. But anything specifically why the price went up? No, I didn't see anything that or specific reasons for the price to go up other than people just wanting to get their hands on some Ontology. Okay? Now, next one we'll take a look at is IOSToken. Now, IOSToken, you know, pretty sideways movement, but it's going up a little bit at a time, and then it comes down and up, and up just a little bit at a time. Now, IOSToken is a secure and scalable blockchain for smart services. So it's dealing with the Internet of Services, and it means to have very fast blockchain transactions. Now, what on earth would be causing the price to go up like it is? Another announcement. So yesterday, Jimmy Zhang, he said there's a big announcement coming tomorrow. They also had top 10 trading volume globally. Can't talk today. And a lot of progress coming up in the next 8 weeks. Additionally, they were just added to Bitfinex. So more daily volume, more people buying and selling, price goes up a little bit. So that, other announcements, and then for all those people who love Tron out there, and we know there's a lot of them, they're comparing IOST to Tron in terms of 10 days of price going up, 8 days consolidation, and then boom, moon. So they're saying maybe that'll happen with IOST. We'll have to see. That'll be interesting. But yeah, those things will account for the price going up a little bit, and we'll keep an eye on that one as well. Now, the next one has been off my radar until today. It is called Fusion. Now, Fusion is ranked 102 right now, and really it was ranked a lot lower until the price just shot up a bit. But price has gone up quite a bit this week, and I couldn't find anything particularly as a cause for the price other than it being a new cryptocurrency that most people don't know about, most people don't talk about. Now, they're opening an exciting new era of crypto finance in the Internet of Values. Basically what it is a public blockchain to help integrate all the tokens, all the crypto assets into everything with interoperability so people can use them all in one place. And probably one of the most exciting things I saw about Fusion was the team. So if we take a look at the team, the visionary and principal is Daejun Kwan, the CEO and founder of Bitsy, creator of Qdom and VeChain. Look at those names. I'm sure you've heard of them. I've heard of them too. Well, he's behind Fusion. And this is one, they have a lot of other heavy hitters on here. So people work with Dell, Shanghai University, all this different stuff, INSEAD. So a lot of big people here. And potentially if they get this working, it could be very valuable. So that's another one to keep an eye on. All right, right now the market cap is under $100 million. So potentially low market cap for if it is doing the interoperability. We've been talking a bit about interoperability recently with the blockchain interoperability lines like Aeon, WanChain, and Icon, and then also recently with Bytum, and now Fusion's talking about interoperability. Everybody wants interoperability because that's how the blockchain comes together. Instead of these secluded little like LAN networks, we have the internet, the interwebs. So lastly, the coin of this week will be High Performance Blockchain, HPB. All right, up to 317 recently. Saw a bit of a spike this week. And the spike comes, the price increase comes pretty much along with the release of their public testnet. So the public testnet came out around the 6th, I think. And then since then, the price has been continuing to grow. And so really, they are a high-speed blockchain. Exactly what the name says. All right. And they use chip level acceleration, which sounds really cool to do that. So I think that is the reason for the price increase this week. And yeah, people are excited about this one. They're also backed by Neo, another Asian cryptocurrency. So yeah, another good one to keep an eye out for. People like this. Now, guys, that is pretty much it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all have an awesome Monday. We have an exciting week coming up. It's always exciting in cryptocurrencies, except for over the past 6 weeks when it's just been sideways movement. But coming up in the next months, I think we will see some increases in Bitcoin prices. So stay tuned for that. I will catch you guys later. Have a great one. Thanks for watching. Peace.